Wouldn't you like for growing your business to be easier, not so hard, and that attracting opportunities and clients to you would just flow to you? And that new ideas, solutions, creative solutions would just come to you. Now, I know that might seem kind of magical and maybe even incongruent with running a business, but you know what? It is possible to be more in that kind of energy, that kind of creativity more often than not. The very first step is to let go. Well, the very first step is to realize when you get caught in scarcity thinking and fixed beliefs. Like fixed beliefs, like this is how the way things are. That's just how it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. So today we're going to start giving you some ideas for how to shift, how to catch those, but really how to shift into an abundance mindset and start creating with possibility thinking. So we're going to have some creative mindset fun today. I'm going to talk about some abundance mindset foundations, and I'm going to share some of my favorite abundance mindset tools, like how, mindset shifting tools, including I'm going to lead a guided visualization, a guided journey today into realizing that you are surrounded by the universal abundance current, what I call the UAC. And this is how I run my business. That's one of the first priorities, is being able to get into that abundance mindset. So welcome. Glad you're here today. I am Laura West, CEO of the Center for Joyful Business. I am a creative mindset and business success coach and an author, speaker, and host of this TV show. So for over 20 years, I have been helping what I call conscious, sensitive, creative entrepreneurs who are also really ambitious, right? Sometimes they find that the world is not created for them because they're so creative, sensitive, intuitive, conscious. And so this is what we talk about here, is how to market with and grow your business with soul nourishing ways instead of soul crushing ways, soul crushing strategies. So it's really all about aligning your energy from the inside out. And that's totally what we're going to be focusing on today with your abundance mindset. It's also about sharing your gifts, standing powerfully in your beautiful brilliance so that you can start attracting your soul tribe to you and be a leader of that soul tribe with an amazing message that allows you to do meaningful work while making really great money. Right? Doesn't that sound amazing? Well, I hope you find it amazing. And if you're here, I'm thinking you are. And I hope you find this show an oasis of sanity in the business and marketing world where they don't normally talk about stuff like this. So what I want you to know is that I deeply believe in you. Right? I believe that you are designed, you're just innately designed to flourish, and we just need to release the possibilities. So today is a really good show to help do that as we talk about the abundance mindset. All right, so if you are here live, this is how this show works. We're going to spend about 30 minutes where I'm going to share about our topic today. And then after 30 minutes, we'll turn off the recording and then we'll just get real. We'll be live. I'll be answering your questions and we can just talk about what's going on for you as you grow and create your own joyful business. So today I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about the abundance mindset, but there's some foundational principles that I want to introduce to you first. And an abundance, and I guess it starts with defining, like, what is an abundance mindset? What does that mean, right? So your mindset is how you think about things, how you view the world, what your beliefs, what your stories, your attitude, your thoughts are about what's happening around you and what's happening for the future. And so some of the fundamental key pieces around having an abundance mindset is that you believe in hope in the future, right? That things are not dismal. It's going to be really hard to grow a business if you think it's dismal, it's always going to be dismal, the world is dismal. There's lots of things that can really get you down. Totally understand that. Other episodes we'll talk more about how to deal with that. But there has to be a sense that you keep coming back to, that there's hope for the future. You also, one of the foundation principles is trusting yourself, your intuition, your wisdom and expertise, that you are going to be able to handle things and that you are going to grow and expand and know when you can tap into other support when you need it. That's part of being wise and intuitive and using your expertise. There's also a fundamental belief around believing that the universe is a kind universe, right? That the universe is a kind place and that it has your back. Doesn't mean that hard things aren't going to happen, there aren't going to be challenges, but there is a fundamental belief that the universe is good. And an abundance mindset, you want to think about it being all around us. Like it's something that's in us, but it's also all around us. Like the universe is built on an abundance mindset. The universe just keeps creating and expanding, creating and expanding. That's what it does. Planets just keep creating. I mean, you can look to nature, right? That we're always expanding. Things are growing, they're shifting towards the sun. Rivers start, meandering and moving, and they all move into the ocean. The ocean is contracting and expanding. Like it's all moving and creating and expanding. All these natural rhythms, they are in us as well. And we can lean into that and trust that in our business. So I find as we get going that it's helpful to make a couple of distinctions and with a abundance mindset. And one is getting curious about where you have a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And the way it looks is this, a lot of people I'll talk to be like, well, the economy, inflation's going crazy, the economy is not good, so I can't make money. And that is somehow a fixed thing that you can't fight, you can't change, or that you have to fight it. And the fact is, people and businesses are always making money in every economy, especially when you're an entrepreneur, because you can be nimble and you can change things and you can react to what's going on in your soul tribe and you can create things that they're really wanting. You have that kind of power. So you actually have the most flexibility out of any kind of company. It's not like you're trying to turn a Titanic. And the thing is, even in an economy that has challenges, there's always opportunities there, right? There's new opportunities that are created. That's just one example of maybe a fixed mindset. Sometimes it might show up like, well, this is just the way I am. I am an introvert and I'm just not good at selling. I've had a lot of people say, well, I'm just not good at selling. There are ways that you can be good at selling. I was told when I was in my 20s that I was a terrible salesperson when I worked in newspaper advertising. And other bosses liked me, but this one particular boss just thought I sucked and told me so. And so I had to overcome that belief. And then when starting your own business, you're always selling, right? But I shifted it to elegant enrollment. I shifted it to joyful selling in a way that it just doesn't even feel like selling. It's like I'm being of service. So you see how I shifted that? Like there's things that you can look at and say, this is the way it is, or you can start getting curious about it. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about. Another point around abundance and abundance mindset is noticing where you get caught in abundance thinking and scarcity thinking. And scarcity thinking is that there's not enough. That somehow when my colleague is getting a bunch of clients, that somehow there's not enough for me. Or, there's not enough money to go around, that there's a limited number of dollars on that money tree, right? And it's just not true. There is money everywhere, all around us. And we're going to go into some tools to help you with that. And I just want to let you know, like, this is not magical thinking. This is not, I do believe in magic, but it's not magical thinking in the way of like somehow something's going to just rescue us, or Pollyanna thinking that's really naive. This is what my experience has been, is that the more you cultivate an abundance mindset, the more open you are and the more that you will start seeing the opportunities that are around you. So that leads us into our first mindset foundational principle, right? So I'm going to share with you 6, I guess they're not principles as much as skills. It's like a skill set to develop. So there's 6 mindset skills that I want to share with you. And the first one is, and these are mindset skills that are going to help you see the world through an abundance mindset, right? This is all about how do you approach the world. When you get up in the morning, turn on your computer, are you going down? Like things are never going to happen for me? Or are you feeling in your possibility energy? All right, we want to get you more in that possibility energy. So the first one is to be curious. People who have an abundance mindset are really curious, right? And it really it's linked to this. I want to bring in this idea. I don't know if it's linked, but it is linked to this idea of being lucky, right? Some people talk about, I was talking about this with a client over the weekend at her retreat, and that, let me just bring these two concepts together for you. Some people can say, well, an abundance mindset, those people are just lucky, right? Like good things happen to them, right? But what studies have proven is that lucky people are actually curious people. There was actually a pretty famous study that was done where they asked participants to classify themselves as lucky or unlucky. And then they were asked to flip through a newspaper, back in the day when there was newspapers, right? And count the number of pictures that they saw in the newspaper. And so as a reward, they would be given $100 at the end. What he didn't tell participants is that there were two time-saving opportunities that were like embedded in the newspaper already. So there was this half-page ad with massive type that said, "Stop counting, there are 42 photographs in the newspaper." And then there was another half-page ad that said, "Tell the experimenter, the leader, that you've seen this ad and just go up and collect your $100 now." So the findings were extremely clear that those who considered themselves lucky saw the ad and collected their money immediately, and they were done. Those who were unlucky, thought they were unlucky, they sat and counted each ad and missed, getting the money sooner and the valuable time saving. And what this showed in the research study was that lucky people are actually curious. They're actually not just looking at the photos, right? They see other things. I know my younger son, he is so lucky, but it's because he notices things. He finds $20 bills all over the place. He has things just happen to him because he approaches the world being really curious about, well, what if? And he doesn't hold things as fixed, like that it's not possible. So that leads into the next mindset skill. So we have being curious, and then we have being open to possibilities and holding that openness a little bit longer, holding it a little bit longer. And what I mean by that is just playing with the words, what if? And being really curious, like, well, what if this promotion that you're going to do attracts 10 new people? What if it attracts 20 new people? What if it attracts 30 new people or 100 new people? And what would be possible? What would I have to do? What kinds of ideas come up for how to attract 100 new people? It's like when you start playing with the openness, and it requires you to not be attached, right? To be open and curious, and then see what's possible. All right, the third skill is really embracing the idea that you are the author of your life. You are the author of your life. Your life is not, preordained that you are gonna, it's gonna suck and then you die. It's just life. It can be that way. I will tell you that if you have that fixed mindset and that's what you believe, and every single day you tell yourself that, you actually will see that. So I'm going to rephrase that a little bit. You are the author of your life. And if that's the story you're telling yourself, that is what you'll see. If you see that things are falling apart and the world's a mean place all the time, then that's what you're going to see more of. And we know these people, right? We know the people who are really dismal about the world, and they tend to live in this more constricted, fixed kind of mindset. Whereas we also know people who use the idea of being the author of your life as, what if? I'm a creative, resourceful, and whole person. I can create change. Anything could happen. So the fourth mindset skill for having an abundance mindset is to realize that you're co-creating with everything around you. You are co-creating with the universe. And so that means you're co-creating with other people. And you're co-creating with events that are happening. So yes, bad things happen. Challenges happen that we wouldn't wish on anybody, right? But there is an energy that connects us all. And that when you change, not so much that you can change the event, but that you can change your response to the event. That you are co-creating with whatever is going on in the world, in the universe. That when you change, over time, other people start changing, things start changing, more things start coming to you in a way that reflects and is in alignment with your beliefs and your stories and attitudes and things that you're telling yourself and your thoughts. The fifth one is you need to release what is clogging your energy. to release what is clogging your energy. So this is for all of you who are worried about toxic positivity. Like if you're starting to feel like, well, I can't be positive all the time, or that's just not real. We're not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm a huge believer in having access to a full range of emotions, right? There's emotions that are the high vibration, the joy, the love, appreciation, self-authority, passion, enthusiasm, compassion. And then there's ones that are in between that are constricting or transitioning energies that are, maybe worry and doubt and anxiety, boredom, things like that. They're kind of in the middle. And then there's the energies at the other end of the range that are more constricting energies. They're not bad energies, they just constrict your energy. So things like rage and, despair, hopelessness, things like that. It's not that those energies are bad, it's just that they're there to tell us something, and then we need to look like, how can we release them? And so I always have different tools for how to shift the energy, how to acknowledge it, and how to release it so that it gets out of your body, because all emotions create chemicals in our bodies. And so if there's constricting emotions, you want to have ways to release it, not to plaster a Band-Aid over it with a happy face on it, all right? But to find ways to truly release it so you can get that out of your body and be able to embrace more of an expansive mindset. The sixth one is you want to purposely, intentionally align with your joy and use that to create with. So what I know, and that's why I call my business Joyful Business, is that when you do things that bring you joy, when you move your body, maybe you're a singer, maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to cook, I worked with a client yesterday, she loves to garden. It gives her a sense of satisfaction and joy. That when you're aligned with your joy, then you can use that energy, that gets into the expansive energy where all of a sudden we have more ideas, we have more confidence, we're more likely to take action. Studies have proven that that is true. And we know that on an innate level, right? That when we feel good, we do good. All right. The other last kind of bonus tip I want to give you is that you want to slow down to go fast. And that is not what they tell you in the entrepreneur world traditionally. They talk about going fast, fast, fast. So you want to actually give yourself opportunities to slow down so that you can go inside to see what's truly there. All right. So I'm going to share with you, we're going to move into a meditation, or what I call a guided journey. And I'm going to give you an experience of that so that you can use that to slow down so that you can get a deeper access and get a feeling of what it's like to be with what I call the Universal Abundance Current. Universal Abundance Current, or the UAC. All right, so I'm going to share, let me come back over here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to turn my screen off and put up a beautiful picture, and then just allow you to, allow yourself to close your eyes. Just sink into this beautiful picture. If you're watching it, if you're listening, just listen to my voice and sink into this meditation. All right. All right. So you want to go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable in your seat. Get comfortable, feeling where you are supported in your chair. Feeling where your hips are connected to the chair, your back is supported, your feet are supported by the ground. And just notice how you are supported. And go ahead and let go of anything that you're holding on to. Anything that's been occupying your mind, things that you think you need to do, just feel them kind of slip from your head, right down your shoulders, down your arms, and down to the floor. Well, they'll be there when we're done if you need them. And then go ahead and soften your face, like as though you could soften, just really soften your eyes, your eyebrows. Let your jaw hang open a little bit. Let your shoulders relax. Take a nice breath in and release slowly. Just go ahead and release that slowly. Going in and releasing slowly. And you might want to put your hand on your right where your ribs are, because you can feel that inhale and you can feel that long exhale. And then drop your attention into that place that's deep inside you where that still small voice resides. And now I want you to imagine that you're walking in open country and you come across a vast meadow in an expansive, fertile field. The streams and the springs are flowing into this sunny area. The flowers are blooming. This sunny area is the optimal environment for life to flourish. You might see butterflies and hear songbirds. And you can feel that there's something different here. You start to notice that there's a current. Something that is, maybe it's invisible, and yet it's alive, loving, and nurturing. This current is not made by human hands. Rather, it's a zone where the energy of the universe flows without restriction. What you're connecting with is the universal abundance current. It is not man-made, but it includes everyone and everything. You have your own permanent place here in the universal abundance current. Just looking around, you can smell the fresh scent of the natural world. You can feel the sun on your skin. You can feel how good it feels to be here. The universal abundance current, or the UAC, is home to a flow of satisfying relationships, meaningful work, inspired learning, and endless resources and opportunities. Here is where laughter and creativity lives, in a prevailing sense of ease. It's here where there's loving support from your seen and unseen friends. You might remember a time when you felt carefree, safe and energized and happy. Maybe when you were walking in nature or having an adventure with a friend, or maybe you were building something, creating something when you were little. That's that feeling, a pervasive sense of glad assurance. In the current, life is not a series of obstacles to overcome. In the current, it's a steady flow of possibilities. It's like the buffet was created just for you. Buffet of possibilities. Nobody has the ability to keep you out of the universal abundance current. You alone can take yourself out of the UAC, but your place, it's always guaranteed there. You always can come back. Now, right now, see yourself coming further into the universal abundance current. You might find that you don't have to move at all, that you're already in it, surrounded by it. Or if you like, you can stand closer to the edge, to the shore. Your experience of the UAC can be as spacious or as cozy as you like. It can be as slow or as fast as you prefer. You might find that it's more like an air current, or you might find it's more like sailing on the water. Just trust whatever feels right. Just really feel in your body what it feels like to be immersed lovingly by the UAC. And for just a moment, purposely yank yourself out of the current and stand at a distance, looking at the current, but no longer inside it. And notice how you feel as you take yourself out, as you separate yourself. You might feel a sense of loneliness or separateness. You might feel left out, invisible, or just disconnected. Being outside the current might even feel familiar, whereas being inside might feel like this wild, unlikely fantasy. If you're used to struggle, ease can feel foreign, and you might question it. Just love what's there, bring compassion in, and just love what's there. Now let yourself come back into the universal current, and once again, make yourself at home in the way that feels best for you. Honor your own pace. Notice where you have the greatest access to your aliveness and your endless resources. Right now, you're simply discovering what works for you. And take a moment to feel appreciation for this experience. Appreciation for realizing and being in the universal abundance current. And know that as you move through your day, the UAC is available for you anytime, anywhere. So go ahead and bring your attention back into your body. Notice your toes. Notice your feet traveling on up to your legs, back to your hips, your chest. Bringing your attention all the way down to your fingers. You might want to move your hands, your shoulders. And then bringing your attention back up to your head bringing your attention right behind your eyes. Just let them sit there behind your eyes for a moment in this restful place. And then gently open your eyes with a soft smile on your face. All right. I hope you enjoyed the joyful journey with the UAC today, the Universal Abundance Current. It's one of the ways is to to get into the abundance mindset is to practice being in that current, to practice each of the mindset skills that we've talked about, and to just let yourself go into the UAC and really just give yourself that experience, and then start practicing the different mindset skills as well. Being open, being curious, realizing you're the author of your life, that you're co-creating with the universe, and that you can cultivate more joy in your life, allow more joy in your life, and that this is a creative energy that you can create from. All right, as we wrap up today, I want to share one of my favorite things that I love to do with each episode is to, and this falls right in line with cultivating an abundance mindset, is to encourage you to look for joy flow sightings in your business, in your life and in your business. And joy flow is what's going well. It's so easy to look at what's not working, but you want to look at what's going well in your business. What is working? Where are the opportunities? What would you like to celebrate? All right, and the reason we do that is because what you focus on expands. So you want to take the time. It's so easy to focus on what's not happened. You want to focus on what is happening, what is going well. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and please come join us over at joyfulbusiness.com. You can sign up for your free gift over there that will, we have all sorts of strategies and really unique creative ways to help you grow your business in a way that feels really good in alignment with your true, authentic nature. All right. Thanks so much for joining us for today's show. Thank you for watching this episode of Joyful Business TV. I want to invite you to get more creative strategies and support for growing your business. You can start right now by activating your abundance mindset with a really powerful creative visualization that will help you get into the universal abundance current, one of my favorite things to do. And you'll also get a companion 7-day journal that will help you create a daily habit of co-creating with the universe. These are two powerful resources that you can get started right now to help grow your business and activate that abundant mindset. You just go over to activateabundancegift.com.